Hello everyone, and welcome to the review of the SJCam SJ7 Star. This is currently their flagship camera, and it's a full 4K camera, native 4K. It does not do interpolated resolution, but it's 100% real. And beside the 4K, it also does things like Full HD in 120 frames per second. And of course it does 720p at an impressive 240 frames per second, which makes it awesome for doing slow motion videos. What is also nice about the SJ7 camera is that SJCam is starting to supply additional accessories. Of course they are optional, but they are very useful, like various filters. For instance, this one is UV filter, and this is the FPV cable, so you can connect the camera to a drone and have video from it. And later you will also be able to control it with PVM, so from the drone transmitter you can actually control the camera to take a picture or to switch to video mode and so on. But enough with the talk, so I'm going to take it out of the box and let's take a quick look at it. From the start you can see that this is a kind of a premium product, because even the waterproof case, it's better looking than previous cases. For instance, it has here a lock, an additional lock, so you cannot accidentally open this latch, so you need to use this lock option, and only then you can remove this clasp, which is very nice. This frame here is made from aluminium, it's no longer made from plastic. This is a very good addition, because on action cameras this was a weak spot, and they had a plastic part here, and with all those screws it provided enough stress for it to crack after some period of time. Also the camera is very nice because it has an aluminium frame which helps to dissipate heat, and this will run cooler than other cameras that are using this technical platform. So let's see what else we get in the box. So we get the usual USB cable, and this camera doesn't use micro USB, but it uses mini USB cable. We have quick adhesive pads, and these are also rotatable to 360 degrees. Of course they come in curved and straight pads, so they have this clip here and you can rotate them, which is nice. What else we get here? Let's see. So we get a lot of stuff. We get a second touch back door for the waterproof case. It has a membrane here, so you can use the touch screen and still have some waterproof protection. Additional pads, a bicycle mount, pivot with screw, another pivot, supplementary pads, adhesive pads, tripod mount and monopod mount, of course an open frame, which is very nice. We get some stickers, a nice manual, multi-language manual. It's a quick start guide, but it's very useful, and you also get full specifications here, including the chipset, the image sensor, which is nice because I really like to know the technical facts, exact facts, not fantasies, and some other pivots and a microfiber cloth. So these are the accessories that come with this camera. So now let's take a closer look at the camera. So I'm going to remove this, and let me put some more light into it if I can. I'm going to show you something after this, why I'm doing this video review in some different conditions. As you may see, I don't have the optimal light nor sound, but it's for a good reason. So this is how the SJ7 looks like. A very nice finish. It has a mini USB port, 10p port. This has 10 contacts inside, which means that the SJ7 can have video out, it can have audio in, so you can connect different accessories to it. You can control it remotely. So all of that is because this connector and its implementation. So let's see if it has enough power to turn on. So I'm going to push the power button. You need to hold it pressed a bit. So yes, we have video. It looks very sharp. The screen looks very nice, very fluid, and of course it's a touch screen. And we have here its menu. So let's quickly go through all of its settings and let's see what this camera can do. So first we have video resolution, and we can choose from full 4K down to, let's see, 720p. Yes, so we have plenty of resolutions to choose from and different frame rates. I really like using 2.5K at 60 frames per second. It's the best compromise between image quality and fluidity. You can process this very easily in editing softwares, so you can use that. Of course you can use 4K and you can crop that. You will have 4x zoom without losing quality if you encode in full HD. So you have plenty of options to use this camera with. Let's see video quality. We have 3 profiles: per fine, fine and normal. This will increase or decrease the bitrate of the video. FOV is for field of view. You have wide, medium, narrow, and this will crop the image and will remove some of the fisheye effect. Slow motion will be available using in lower resolutions or higher frame rates. You will need to mess the combination, but I usually use slow motion with editing software because I have better control. Auto low light will change the frame rate options. For example, if I shoot at 60 frames per second and the camera detects that it's too dark outside, it can automatically switch to 30 frames per second, which will improve image quality in low light situations. You can enable or disable that. You can lock it in 60 frames per second if you want to, but the image will be darker and will have more noise. Gyro sensor is available in full HD or 2.5K resolution, but not at 60 frames per second, so you need to go in lower resolution. This is motion detection. It will start recording when there's movement in front of the camera. Dual files will save a smaller bitrate file, easier to download on the phone. Video stamp will show the date and time on the video. Time-lapse video, you know what that does, and you can select the intervals at which you want to take a snapshot for the final video. Loop recording is for segmenting the output video. I'm going to let it at 3 minutes. Car DV mode will automatically turn the camera on when it detects power, and it will shut it off when the power is removed. Microphone volume adjusts the internal microphone volume. Sharpness for the video. Automatic white balance, which also has some other profiles, as you can see here. I maybe will do a comparison between them to see how those stack up. EV value or exposure value compensation. ISO sensitivity, you can also adjust that. Metering, let's see what it knows. Center, multi and spot metering, which is good. And this was the video setup menu. Now if I go to the key, this is the camera quick menu. So we have quick capture, delay off. If we turn car mode on, this will be enabled, so you can set how much time the camera will still work when power is removed. FPV is for turning on the video transmission output of the camera. TV mode for selecting the protocol of your television, but this will also influence the final frame rate of the file. So in NTSC you will get 60 frames per second, in PAL you are going to get 50 frames per second. Light frequency for removing flicker due to your lighting in your area. Auto shutdown, if the camera is idle for a period of time, it will turn off to save battery. Screen off, it's the same but only for the screen. Status LED, you can turn off the LEDs from the camera, and you have one here, and that's all of them for now. Wi-Fi LED, you can have a blinking LED to know the Wi-Fi is on. A beep sound when you are pressing the screen. Date setup, time setup, the format for your date, language, Wi-Fi SSD for setting the camera Wi-Fi, and so on. And this is the firmware I got my camera with. There's probably going to be an update very soon. So those were the settings. Of course, if I change the mode and I go to photo settings now, I get this menu instead of the video menu, and here I have photo size, resolution, long exposure mode for taking night photography, photo stamp, photo burst. Let's see how many pictures can we take. So we can go up to 20 pictures per second, which is impressive. It's almost a video. That's very nice for doing some nice effects. Sharpness, of course, we get what we need for photography, like ISO sensitivity, EV value, battering. So all that matters for shooting a complete photo. So those were the settings from the menu. Let's now see if the camera uses Wi-Fi. Let's see how the application works. Let's take a quick look at that. This is the SJCam application, the SJCam Zone app. They really improved this application, and it's very nice. It has a setup guide for showing you how to start the Wi-Fi, start the camera. It has a walkthrough, which is very nice, and it shows how to do things. So let's see, I'm going to connect to the camera wireless. Yes, I'm connected, and I'm going to click on camera, and we have live video from the camera working very nice. So I really like this application because it was improved a lot in the last period of time. So not only you get basic information such as battery and current mode that you are in, but you can also change most of the settings of the camera. And I mean not only things like resolution, but you can change quality, loop recording, sharpness, white balance. So actually you can select and change almost all the settings in the camera menu, not only the ones related for camera operation, but general settings like auto shutdown, light frequency, volume, and so on. As you can see, you don't actually have to configure the camera using its buttons or its touchscreen. You can do all of those from the app, which is extremely nice, extremely nice. And you can switch modes, you can start, stop recording, you can directly browse the camera contents from the phone. I don't have any pics now, so let's take a picture just for example. I don't have an SD card in the camera for now. I'm going to insert one later. As you can see, the application, it's a big step ahead from what they used to have. And what is also nice about the application is that it will provide camera firmware upgrades directly. So when there is a final firmware update that has been tested properly, it will become available on the SJCam Zone application, and you can update the camera directly. You will not need a computer or separate SD card reader. You won't have to copy the firmware from the internet on the card and put the card on the camera. You are just going to update it from the smartphone app, which is awesome. Last but not least, let's take a quick look at the provided filter. So this is the SJ7, sorry for my camera because it's not my regular one, so this won't focus properly. It only focuses when it wants to, so you won't be able to see some details. So this is for the SJ7, and it's a UV filter, but they are starting a product line which will be for SJ4000, SJ5000, SJM20, SJS7, S6 Legend, and M10. And there are going to be a UV filter, which is the one here, but also a circular polarization filter, an ND filter, a gradient filter, and a star filter. So there are going to be plenty of options, and it comes in this nice package. I'm going to remove that also. Alright, and what's very nice is that it comes with a cap also, and this will just go over the camera ring here, and it fits very nice. And look at this beauty now. So the lens is not only protected, but we have a useful UV filter. This will be very nice also using a circular polarization filter, which is very useful in some situations. And of course you get this nice cap which will protect your lens and save you some trouble, providing a very good scratch protection, because it's completely now covered, and it also a dust protection, so you will clean less time the lens, which is very good. Let's also take a quick look at the battery. So I'm going to take it out by this pulling tab, which is yet another great idea. And the battery is with a capacity of 1000 milliamps, and it's a 3.8 volt rating, so this is the high voltage lithium ion battery. What is nice about this new type of batteries, they are less cold sensitive, so in the winter time this will provide better runtime than a regular lithium ion battery, which usually works 10-15 minutes, and because of the cold will drop dead. Well, this will almost work as normally in a cold situation because of the higher voltage. So you may wonder why my video review looks like that. It's because of this. I'm currently away from home, and I will stay in this beautiful place for a period of time, and it's a good opportunity to do camera reviews because of the nice scenery. And look at all that water. I can really do some snorkeling with my action cameras, so there is a lot of footage coming out of the SJs that you have seen, and hopefully you will follow my videos that are going to be uploaded as a second and maybe a third part with it, because this was just the first part of the SJ7 star review, because I don't want to make it too long and bore you. I just shown you the basics, and soon there is going to be camera footage, which is actually more important. Until next time, bye bye.